Hi there, my name is Emily, and today I'll be bringing you through a warming fall flow. If you're located in the Northern Hemisphere, you've been experiencing the transition from late summer into early autumn. What that means is earlier sunsets, cooler weather, and a strong desire to cozy up in your home. What that means for our bodies is the need for warmth, release, and purification. This will help us prepare for the season of inner work as we find ourselves spending more time indoors and with ourselves. Today, the flow I prepared will focus on building heat and improving circulation, therefore helping detoxify the meridians of the body. In doing so, we will experience faster metabolisms, stable energy levels, and a stronger capacity to deal with our emotions. When you're ready, tie up your hair, roll out your mat, and meet me at the back of your mat, seated on your knees or in easy pose with your legs crisscrossed in front. Place your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your belly. We'll start by taking one deep grounding breath to place us right here, right now in our practice. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Imagine the chest, the lungs, and the belly all expand. And then exhale, let it all go. Belly, lungs, chest. Place your arms down by your sides. Lift the left arm up towards the sky and bend over towards the right, welcoming a nice side body stretch all throughout the left side. Come back to center, same thing on the right, reaching the right arm up and bending over towards the left. Come back through center, meet me in a comfortable tabletop position, taking just a quick moment to roll out the ankles left and right. Place your ankles back down on your mat, cat and cow. Arch, bring the belly down towards the mat, look up towards the sky, and then cat, arching the top of the back towards the sky, chin to chest. The goal here is to feel the stretch throughout the fronts of the lungs and the back of the lungs. One last breath here. Once you're ready, tuck the back toes, meet me in a hovering tabletop. Engage the abdomen, make sure that your back is in one straight line. Deep breath in. And on your exhale, drop your knees back down to the mat, untuck the toes. Extend the left leg towards the back of the mat and the right arm towards the front of your mat. Holding here, again feeling strength throughout the core. Once you're ready, place the back toes back for a little bit of a calf stretch, and then quickly opening up towards the left for a modified side plank. Feel free to bring your top arm next to your ear, and then come back to center, bringing your bottom knee in towards your nose, and then extend the leg towards the back of your mat, meeting me in a downward facing dog. Take a second to breathe here. Inhale through the nose. And exhale, come back to your tabletop position, doing the whole sequence on the right side. Extend the right leg towards the back of the mat and the left arm towards the front. Hold here, engaging through the abdomen, pulling up towards the sky so that we're not sinking in the lower back. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And on your exhale, drop the back leg, stretch out the calf, opening up towards the right side for a modified side plank. Right fingertips reach up to the sky, gazes directly in front of you. And then bring your right arm back towards the mat. Lift the bottom knee up to the nose, quick cheetah. Extend the toes high towards the sky, 3-point. Exhale, meet me in downward facing dog. Taking a second here to walk your dog, adjusting anything as needed, and coming back to your breath. Finding a moment of stillness before we start moving again. Now we're starting to build heat in the body. Please remember that the pace that feels most comfortable for you is the pace that is right for you. Bending the knees, extend out into a plank. Bend the knees once more and open up into your downward facing dog. Repeat this 3 times. Bend the knees, bring your chest to your thighs, extend into your plank. Bring your chest back to your thighs, downward facing dog. Extend the right leg towards the sky, 3-point. Cheetah, bring the knee into the nose. 3-point, toes reach to the sky. Exhale, cross the knee across the body. Inhale, 3-point, mountain climber, knee touches the right elbow. And then bringing your knee in through center, dropping down into your low lunge. You can keep your arms on your knee or lift them up over your head, whatever feels most comfortable for your body. Taking a second to come back to the breath as we were moving quite quickly through the last sequence. Half splits, send your hips towards the back of the mat and flex your front foot. The goal here is to not get as close as your thigh as possible, but to keep your back straight and your tummy engaged. Inhale, come back to your low lunge, and then step back into your high plank. Downward facing dog, and we'll repeat on the left side. Bring your knee into your chest for cheetah, 3-point. Cross the knee over, 3-point. Mountain climber, knee comes to left elbow. Bring the knee back into your chest and drop down into your low lunge on the left side. Once again, option to raise arms overhead or keep them on your knee. Or if you're feeling extra flexible today, you can interlace the hands behind your back for a nice shoulder stretch. And coming back to the breath, place your hands down on your mat, half splits. Hips towards the back, flex the front foot. Take a minute to notice how this stretch feels on the left side compared to the right. Start to ease your way forward into your low lunge, and then step back into your high plank. Chaturanga, or lower your belly all the way down towards your mat. Inhale, Sphinx. We'll shift the elbows towards the front of the mat and open up through the collarbones. Your gaze can be directly ahead of you or up towards the sky, making sure not to put too much pressure on the low back. Exhale, bring everything back down to the mat, and then lift up into your downward facing dog. Connect to your breath. Inhale, rise high in the toes, and step towards the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, chest to thighs. Inhale, gather the energy around you, raise your arms up overhead, and bring them down into your heart, hands at heart center. Drop the hands by your sides. Take a second to pause. Feel the effects the practice has on you already. Sun salutation sequence A. Fold forward, chest to thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Step back into high plank and lower your chest down towards the mat. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, rise high in the toes. Step or jump towards the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise high. Arms reach up overhead to Tadasana. Hands come to heart center. Sun salutation A once more. Forward fold, chest to thighs. Step back into your high plank. Chaturanga. Lower your chest towards your mat, and then upward facing dog, opening up. Downward facing dog, send the hips towards the back of the mat. Inhale, rise high in the toes, jump towards the top of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise high to Tadasana, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Drop your hands by your sides, mountain pose. Let the heat that we just built sink into your body. On your inhale, sit back into chair posture. Arms reach up towards the sky, right by your ears. On your exhale, forward fold. Sun salutation B. Step back into your high plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right toes rise high to 3-point, towards the sky. Bend and stack. Open the right hip towards the right side, flex the foot. Bring your leg back to center. Warrior 1. Back foot is at a 45-degree angle. Arms reach up and gaze is directly ahead of you. Breathe. On your exhale, transition into Warrior 2. Opening the hips towards the left. The back foot is directly parallel to the back of the mat. Reaching up and overhead towards the back of the mat, peaceful warrior, and then cartwheel your arms down to the mat, flowing through your chaturanga into your upward facing dog, and then meet at the back of the mat in downward facing dog. Rising the left toes high towards the sky, and then bend and stack, opening the hips towards the left side this time. Come back to center, and then step the left foot through into warrior one. Arms reach up overhead and gaze is directly in front. Exhale, opening up into your warrior two, making sure that your shoulders are pressing down into your back and your gaze is over your front fingers. Peaceful warrior, top arm reaches towards the back of the mat, and then cartwheel your arms towards the mat, flowing through your chaturanga, upward facing dog, and then meet me back in downward facing dog. Rising high in the toes last time here, jump towards the top of the mat, halfway lift, forward fold, and then meet me in a chair posture at the top of the mat. Hips sink down and back, arms come right next to our ears, bringing the focus onto our breath. Rise high to standing, and then slowly sink your hips all the way down until they reach your mat. Nice work. Let go of the feet and meet me in boat posture. Your calves are parallel to the mat, your arms are directly at your sides, engaging through the core. Bring your feet into Baddha Konasana. The soles of your feet touch and your knees open out to the side. Feel free to take any variation of this. You can stay in this butterfly posture with your back straight, or if you feel that you need a little bit more of a stretch, walk your hands in front of you and start to lengthen from the crown of your head towards the top of your mat. On your inhale, start to walk your hands back in and rise up to a seated posture. We'll cross the right leg over the left and take a nicely seated twist towards the back, taking your left arm, wrapping it around the right leg, and using your back arm to prop you up and twist you further towards the back. Letting your breath calm down after a pretty intense practice, it always feels good to come back to center. We'll do the same thing on the other side, this time taking the left leg and crossing it over the right. The right arm wraps around the left knee, and we twist open towards the back, using the left back arm to prop us up towards the sky, and then twisting us on our exhale farther towards the back of the mat. Maybe letting your eyes close, starting to come inward. One of our last postures of this class, a forward seated fold, flexing the feet in front of you, reaching your arms out to either grab onto your thighs, your knees, your shins, and if you can, the tops of your feet. Again here, no forcing, just letting gravity do the work. And once you're ready, find yourself laying down on your mat. Bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees butterfly out towards the sides. Bring your left hand to your heart and your right hand to your belly. Your eyes will come to a close and start to deepen your breath. Coming back to that fire within. Coming back to your center. And sensing the breath, maybe a cool breeze, maybe a warm breeze in and out your nostrils. And allowing the effects of this warming flow seep into your muscles, into your body, and provide you with a solid base to get through the rest of your day. Once you're ready, curl up into a tiny little ball. Feel free to roll over to one side or the other. Keep your eyes closed or downcast. Slowly coming up to a seated position. And once you're there, I invite you to bring your hands to your heart center and bow your head in gratitude to yourself, to this practice, and to your body for allowing you this practice. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope that this practice lit a little bit of that fire that always is inside of you. And as we transition into the darker and colder days of the year, you can always come back to this fire within to light the way when things seem dark. Have a great rest of your day or evening, and I wish you all the best.